Did you see the news about Caitlin Clark? Holy cow, it's officially time for the haters to give her a kiss, give flowers, and stop their jealously motivated denial of her greatness. We all knew it, but now that we have the receipts, we can be certain that she is the straw that breaks the camel's back. The WNBA executives should have decided to rename the organization the Caitlin Clark Basketball Association because she now owns it. Here's the jaw dropper, but first tap like if you knew Caitlin was the reason for the WNBA's success all along. Get ready for these draw stats that have the haters, several media celebrity hacks, and complete chaos. According to a recent Indianapolis Star article, famed valuation expert, the overall economic value that Caitlin Clark created for the WNBA was evaluated by Dr. Ryan Brewer. The figure was so shocking that the doctor believed he had made a mistake. He estimates that Caitlin contributed 26.5% of the WNBA's overall economic activity, which includes attendance, merchandise sales, and television revenue. This is crazy, but when you look at the numbers, you'll see that 1 out of every 6 tickets sold to a WNBA game were viewed 200% more than games in which she didn't play, and that 45% of TV broadcast value came from fever games. We all saw and felt it, but now it's clear that Caitlin Clark is carrying the league on her shoulders, and the haters are in ruins. The hostility began as soon as she began posting those ridiculous figures, as you may recall, with players and analysts stating things like,
I'll go down in history. I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Yes, Angel Reese, but it's not you who is generating all of the revenue. Caitlin Clark was more than just a highlight reel. She was a movement, and for some reason, the haters couldn't handle it. It was obvious to everyone that she was changing the league, and many people blamed it on jealousy, while others said they were merely attempting to elevate all of the players. Perhaps it was both, and the hate didn't stop on social media. People actively tried to discredit her while ignoring the facts that were in front of them.
I think just more love and peace. I would say that's the biggest thing. I think there's just so much hate in the world right now. I think just everybody appreciating everybody for who they are and loving on one another. I think that's how I've always tried to go about my life and how I was raised.
While Caitlin was earning millions, some critics attempted to downplay her significance, saying that she wasn't the only reason the WNBA was succeeding. However, let's face it, every time she took the court, you could see history unfold, and the critics were secretly hoping that her shine would fade like a honey badger. The more they detested her, the more she controlled, but Caitlin didn't care since she was too busy breaking records and ankles. But that's not all. She flourishes. You can try to talk trash and cast shade while under pressure. Caitlin simply shoves it back in your face with 3 points from the parking lot, which is why the hate fuels her. The more people doubted her, the bigger she got. Now, the data shows her impact and exposes the haters. But wait, there's more proof for Caitlin. It's estimated that she also contributed to an economic impact of $36 million for the city of Indianapolis.
Also, she generated $36 million for the city of Indianapolis. You can look it up.
Once more, from a single individual, hotels, restaurants, shops, Ubers, and everyone else profited. With all of this amazing data, we must ask the question that so many fans have been wondering. How is it possible for a player to have such a huge impact and earn the same salary as an assistant manager at Costco? Caitlin should never have to pay a dime in Indianapolis again. Simply give her a key to the city and invite Sheryl Swoopes to the ceremony. Every month, Caitlin wins WNBA Employee of the Month, and we've cleaned up aisle 4 from the cries of her detractors. Yes, she was just listed as one of the top 10 female athletes in terms of earnings, but that was solely due to endorsements. She only makes $76,000 a year from the WNBA, so if they aren't going to give her a salary exception, they need to make her a partner in the league or something. Let's just make it official. I mean, can you even imagine what would happen if she quit? The league would be destroyed. Don't believe me? Take a look at this cautionary story that we're now viewing. Caitlin Clark declined a massive offer from the new 3-on-row Women's League because she preferred to relax, play golf, and holler at the referees during Iowa basketball games. However, you can imagine what transpired next. Just take a look at Google Trends, which shows a huge spike in league interest the day fans expected Caitlyn to join but she didn't, and interest flatlined. But wait, there's more. All of the interest in the league came from Iowa. Can you remember who's from Iowa and played at Iowa? Kelsey Plum left within a week of Caitlyn, and the interest in the league is deflated. Yes, you understand that the WNBA was a well-established league when Caitlyn joined, but she still contributed 26% of its economic value in her first year. It's new, and without Caitlyn, it's just meh. I'm not sure how the haters will react, but you have to think that the WNBA brass, who want rivalries and intense competition on the court, must send a memo that basically says, "Don't fuck with Caitlyn anymore," which means that an injured Caitlyn will crush ratings while Carter and Angel Reese cheering in the background. Recall that there were 200% more people watching Caitlyn Clark's games, with some games reaching over 1 million viewers. I also believe that there will be a little more celebration of Caitlyn's influence rather than people downplaying it because they can't ignore the reality any longer. After all, disrespecting Caitlyn is just a bad look when you generate $36 million in local economic impact and contribute 25% of the league's revenue. It's ludicrous that they minimized her contribution to the first-place single-season assist record, and Caitlyn bashing is out of style. Her bottom-feeding squad advanced to the playoffs after winning Rookie of the Year and placing 4th in the MVP voting. Her star power has always been apparent. Another reason why players should possibly stop playing is that they are negotiating a new collective bargaining agreement and want a share of the TV deal's revenue. Keep in mind that Caitlyn was in charge of 45% of the TV viewership, and as she continues to shine, viewership will only grow. Just think of the 18.9 million viewers she will draw when she makes it to the college finals. Holy, the WNBA finals last year didn't even come close to that. Not even in the same galaxy. So yeah, I know your Chinese team Kennedy Carter voted for you to have the most improved attitude or whatever, and I know I've already singled you out, but we need to see more Phoenix Nirvana energy from you and less of this garbage. The players will greatly benefit from Caitlyn's influence, so they need to set aside their jealousy and just, I don't know, text her to thank her for the money. It doesn't mean you can't play Caitlyn tough talk trash on the court and do your regular basketball activities, but don't act like she's not having a direct impact on your 401k size. At the end of the day, bullying her is ineffective and is like chopping off your nose to spite your face. Beyond simply being a player, Caitlyn Clark is the WNBA's future. She is the league's face and the spark that lit the flame that will propel the league into the next phase. The problem is that Caitlyn is currently the meal ticket. Do you believe the haters will kiss the ring this year? Let me know in the comments. Paige Buers and Juju Watkins may be the next in line to attempt and compete.